Revenant is one of the few characters capable of effectively combining melee and ranged combat. She has sufficiently strong attributes to make use of both incantations and melee weapons. However, it is important to remember that the effectiveness of specific equipment will vary greatly depending on the relic you obtain. Attempting to optimize the character to use every weapon and spell equally will most likely fail, or require extraordinary luck, due to relic RNG. Focusing on a single damage type or one school of spells will quickly increase the character's potential, allowing her to become one of the strongest characters in terms of both damage output and survivability. To unlock the character, we must first unlock Duchess by giving her the Watch, which we can obtain after defeating or losing to the first boss. Then we must go to the bazaar and purchase a picture frame, after which the Revenant will appear in one of the rooms. To unlock her, we need to defeat her on one-on-one using any character. The Revenant's passive ability allows her to summon entities that can not only draw enemy attention, but also protect allies, resurrect them, and eliminate groups of enemies. In more difficult encounters, their survivability naturally decreases, but with proper summoner rotation and careful management of the ultimate ability, the team can survive even the most dangerous attacks. Like Recluse, Revenant does not have a preferred weapon, but she begins the game with two. The first is a basic seal that allows her to heal and knock back enemies. The second is a set of claws which, despite their name, belong to the fist weapon category. When used by her, this weapon gains increased attack range and a different animation compared to when it is used by other characters. The weapon also has significantly increased revival efficiency, and this effect works regardless of which character is wielding it. Revenant is the only character capable of applying additional elements to her initial weapon, which is imbued with magic. When combined with a fire skill, this allows the weapon to reach up to 3 elements simultaneously. She's also the only character who can change not only a weapon's status, element, and weapon skill, but also the starting spell. However, there is one limitation. Changing the weapon skill and the starting spell at the same time is not possible. The character's passive ability provides a small chance to resurrect regular, special enemies, and mini-bosses as spirits. These allies will fight on your side but for a minute and attack your enemies. For the ability to activate, you must first damage the enemy, after which someone from your team, including summoned spirits, must defeat it. The number of spirits summoned this way is theoretically unlimited, but entirely dependent on luck. However, summoned spirits do not move far from the location where they were created, so traveling across Limveld with an army of spirits at your side is not possible. A deep relic modification allows you to increase your maximum FP each time the passive ability activates. This effect is highly dependent on luck, and the increase itself is small, approximately less than 1% per activation. Using the character's ability causes Revenant to take out an instrument, which allows her to summon one of 3 spirits. Helen is agile and attacks very quickly, but has a small health pool. Frederick is larger and slower, but possesses significantly more HP and powerful area attacks. Sebastian is a massive skeleton who will not deal much damage, but will easily draw enemy attention and has the highest health pool. Using the ultimate ability while one of the spirits is already on the battlefield allows the spirit to perform a special attack. Helen gains increased attack speed, Frederick performs a multi-hit spinning attack, and Sebastian fires a beam of energy. A relic modification also grants additional buffs depending on which spirit is currently summoned. Helen provides 1 HP regeneration per second. Frederick increases damage dealt by 10%, and Sebastian provides 20% elemental damage reduction. The ultimate ability grants 15 seconds of immortality to you and your allies. It also resurrects all fallen teammates regardless of their remaining revival bars, although they do not gain temporary immortality from the effect. The currently summoned spirit also becomes immortal and performs its special attack. Relic modification can significantly change how the ability works. One modification fully heals allies, including the active spirit, at the cost of portion of your own health. Another triggers a magical explosion at the point where the ability is activated. A third increases allies' damage by 25% for 30 seconds. At level 15, Revenant will have the following stats. Revenant is a classic glass cannon character. She has a relatively small health pool, but an extremely high damage potential. Her dominant attribute is Faith, which makes incantations the easiest way to achieve the best results. There's also Deep Relic that significantly increases strength to the level of a Guardian at a low Faith cost, greatly expanding the variety of weapons she can use. However, if you prefer to stay at range, focusing on magic is the best option. Incantations are often very costly in terms of FP, and the lack of natural regeneration means you will need to collect or purchase FP shards, or rely on relics that restore FP through regular attacks. Increasing maximum FP is also very helpful, especially by opening Sorcerer's Rise towers, which provide their largest boosts. Revenant is a character with enormous damage potential and an ability that effectively gives the team a second chance thanks to her ultimate. Summoned spirits can draw enough enemy attention to buy time to revive allies or safely bombard enemies with spells from a distance. However, she's not an easy character to master. Using the ultimate ability at a wrong moment can remove the team's chance for a quick revival and may even lead to your own death if you fight too aggressively while mistakenly believing immortality is still active. Due to her low health pool, the margin for error is extremely small, but with proper mastery of summon rotation, offense, support, and ultimate timing, it may feel as if the Revenant never truly dies.